What's up everyone? Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Shannon from HYK Watch Mods, and today I'm doing something really exciting. Finally building my Santos-inspired watch. I've been waiting a couple of weeks for the parts and they finally arrived. And here I am today building it right here, right now. Let's get into it.
For this Santos build, I'm using an NH35 Japanese movement, and it's the beating heart of the watch. Look at the back of the movement. I just love the mechanics behind it. Now the dial I'm using is this beautiful sunburst navy blue square dial. Just look at how the light reflects off it. It's so nice. Wow. I'm really excited about this build. These are the beautiful silver sword-shaped hands I'll be putting on the dial. The hour and minute hands are both luminous. Now for the case, it's 38mm and I've chosen an exhibition case back. It's beautiful. Just take a look at that beautiful polished case and look at those screws. I love the detail. Okay, so now that I've given you a bit of a rundown on the parts, let's start building this watch. The first thing I'm going to do is place the movement in the movement holder. It's time to install the dial on the movement. And if you have a look here, you can see the little legs. These legs must line up with the little holes on the movement. I'll show you. There they are. This is really important because it ensures that the dial is sitting flush on the movement and that it doesn't move around. It's almost time to install the hour hand, but before I do this, I need to wind the movement over twice so that the date wheel ticks over and the hour hand is sitting on 12 AM. Once you see the date wheel moving, slow down until it ticks over. There it is, that's what you want. Beautiful. Now it's time to install the hour hand. I'm going to use my Rodico to pick up the hour hand, as it makes it so much easier to place the hour hand down on the dial. Awesome, look at that. The hour hand is now sitting on the dial. All I have to do is get my handset tool and press it down. Just remember to be gentle when you're pressing down because the hands are very small and they can bend easily. Now that the hour hand is on, have a look at eye level and just check that everything is flush. Next I'm going to install the minute hand, but before I do this I need to wind the clock around twice so that the date ticks over and the hour hand is sitting on the 12 o'clock. Remember to start slowing down when the date wheel starts to move and just gently wind it until it fully ticks over. Now that the hour hand is sitting on the 12 o'clock and the date wheel has ticked over, it's time to install the minute hand. To do this, use exactly the same method we used before with the hour hand. Line the minute hand up with the pinion and press it down using your hand press tool. Once the minute hand is set, the next step is to wind the movement around twice until the hour hand is sitting on the 12 o'clock and the date window ticks over. While you're doing this, it's also a good time to check your clearances and that none of the hands are fouling on each other. Everything is aligned, and now it's time to install the second hand. This is often the hardest part of the entire build, so take your time and be very, very careful. You do not want to bend this hand because if you do, there is no chance of straightening it again. I have learnt to install the second hand by sight as well as by feel. You will actually feel it once the second hand finally pops down on that pinion. The second hand is now set on the dial. It's now time to check the clearances and to check that the second hand is clearing the hour hand. The dial is finally complete and ticking away nicely. Alright, this is exciting because it's finally time to case up the dial. But before I do that, I'm first going to use my little air puffer and blow out any dust because you don't want a single speck of dust under that beautiful crystal. Imagine finally finishing your watch, putting it on, and having a look at that gorgeous dial, only to realize that there's a speck of dust on there that you just can't rub off because it's under the glass. So let's be careful and avoid that. Now that I've checked my dial for any dust particles and there's no dust on there, it's time to remove the crown stem. To do this, use your little tool and locate the lever on the back of the case. Push it in and pull out the crown. The crown stem is out. Give your area a little blow so that there's no dust and pop your movement back down. Before we put the case on the watch, we need to install the case spacer on the movement. Now the case spacer comes with the case, so you don't have to buy that separately. And that ensures that the movement does not move around inside the case. There we go, the movement and the dial are in the case spacer. Give your area another clean with the air puffer, make sure there's no dust. And get ready to put the case on. Line up the case with the dial and place it down. Turn the case around and put it back down. And now you've got to use your little tool and push gently down on the case spacer just to make sure that it's all evenly aligned. And turn it back around. Look at that dial. Wow. The case really complements it. I love it. Now it's time to install the stem. I've actually skipped the step of cutting the stem to length as I've already pre-cut mine, but I'll show you how to do that in another video. To install it, you push it into that little hole there and you will feel it when it clicks in. Now that the crown is installed, it's time to install the case back gasket. But before that, it's best to give your case back a bit of a wipe down and a blow with the air puffer, just to ensure that there's no dust. Also, give your movement a bit of a blow as well to get rid of any possible dust. Now it's time to install the case gasket. Just make sure that it's aligned with all of the holes on the back of the case. Now put the case back on and make sure that it's sitting flush and lined up correctly with the holes. Now it's time to install the screws, and I'm using a little bit of Rodico just to make sure that these tiny screws don't go bouncing away. Be very careful not to lose any of the screws because only 8 come with the case, as that's all that is needed to fasten the case back. Just remember to make sure that they're all tight once you've installed all the screws. Go around one by one and check that they're tightened. The watch is almost complete, and now all that's left to do is to install the bracelet. Look at that brushed stainless steel exhibition case back. I think it looks really nice. Here it is, my Santos build is finished, and I think that it looks absolutely incredible. Let me know what you think in the comments.
Wow, how awesome was that? Were you guys as excited as I was to build it? I'm actually really impressed with the way that it turns out. I mean, just look at the way that this wears on the wrist. It's incredible. It looks so nice. Alright, leave your comments, and if you have any future build requests, leave them in the comments as well. I'd love to hear from you. Alright, see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.